Hey everybody, Z Garcia here, and today I'm taking a look at an expansion to AuZtralia. This is TaZmania. This box includes, as it says on the cover here, a double map expansion for the game. This is going to be a tighter map that's going to make a two-player game feel a little bit faster. It's going to get to the good stuff a little bit quicker, sometimes too quickly, in fact, because those baddies will overrun you sometimes, but that's the idea. It's tighter, it's designed for two players specifically, and you can play solitaire on this map as well. But besides that, the solo focus here is sort of an enhanced solitaire mode, much like the one in the original game, but now with a campaign element included in there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut to the table, show you the contents of the box. We'll come on back. I'll give you some thoughts about this expansion. So here we're taking a look at the box and everything that comes in it. Here we've got the lid, of course, and then inside the box you're going to get a rule book that shows you the contents here. Very few things. Two maps, the fixed map, of course, and then this one, which is all blacked out because you'll put tiles on there and then reveal them at the beginning of the game, except for a few in the center that stay face down. You need to explore. Very cool idea. Over here, you'll see the tiles will show you what resources they come in with, if any old ones that show up at the beginning of the game or when you reveal the tile later in the game, and then if you can farm on that tile. We've got over here playing the game and any differences there, a small FAQ, and then solo setup and the solo campaign. In the campaign here, you'll be playing 10 games and trying to achieve various things. So you'll see here you would take this and line it up with the box here, like so, like that. There we go. And then this is going to give you victories or defeats based on how well you did, and then give you a boon or a burden for the upcoming game. It's a neat idea, and if you are a big solitaire player, I think you're going to get a lot of mileage out of this. It's unfortunate that it forces a campaign play. I wish that you could just play one, which I suppose you could, but it's not in the rules. And I do wish that there were simply more rules for solo, and by that I mean these same rules expanded upon. It's very, it's briefly explained and a little more. A couple of examples would have been good. These, for example, threw me for a loop. The starting XP, you begin with some XP you can spend to buy units at the beginning of each game, and they're down here. These are supposed to be circles, and you cross them out when you spend that experience point. They look like zeros to me. They are, I'm assuming, an O or a 0. So I was just kind of thrown off by that. It took me a while to figure out each one's just 1, and then you make a new circle, it's just 1 XP. So again, just some explanation, more examples, a little more would have been good. So there we go. That's the rulebook and the pad for solo play. We've got, of course, the map, which I'll open up in 1 second here. And then below that, just a bag, which is used for setup in the solitaire game. You throw some cubes in it and use it at the very beginning of the game, and that's it. And then these tiles that you'll put on the map. So I'll push them aside for a second and show you this map. All right, so we've got here the double-sided map. You've got this pre-printed side, which is going to be a little tighter, a little smaller than the original game. You can see that there are no longer spawning order, or I guess revealing order on the map. Instead, they are across the top up here, the numbers 3, 4, 5. And the way that works is then whenever you're supposed to reveal the next lowest numbered one, you just start column 1, anything, column 2. If you hit one here, then you reveal it. The levels won't matter. If this, because of some combined reveals, became a 2, then that's the one you flip. It doesn't matter if it's a 1 or a 2. And you continue doing this. That unfortunately does lead to sometimes you having to reveal a level 3 in where it feels like you're not really ready for a level 3 yet. So that can happen. You can sometimes have a really short game because of the way the setup worked out. But I've always enjoyed the randomized setup in this game. It's just a little more volatile maybe because of that arrangement. That way things get revealed. And then on the other side, like I said, same shape just about, but we've got the a face, basically a blind board here, a nothing board, and you take these tiles and you'll randomize them into place. So you'll do something like this. The ones in the middle here will stay face down for the entire game, and the rest will be revealed. I'm happy to be getting a lot of red ones, but there we go. So it would be something like this. Once you're done doing all of this, then you'll put everything that's supposed to begin there on it. And so you would put, you know, if we've got this, I'll put a level 3 there, a 1, a 3, a 2. I can farm on these 3. 3 gold begin there. And the revealing of the hidden ones will be the same thing based on the column numbers as you go. Once you explore into these, then you'll reveal it, and possibly old ones will show up then. Maybe not, you know, you might have new resources like this one. So that's how that works, and all of these tiles are going to let you randomize this map every time. You do need to be mindful because it can be a bit fiddly as you have all of these things, as you're placing new things, as you are picking up and moving, whatever. You might start to, you know, slightly shift the map, and then you need to reconfigure it. It's a little touchy. So that could be a problem if you're someone bothered by fiddliness or don't have the lightest of touches. This could be a little problematic on the side. But the replayability, of course, takes a huge boon from having a map you can build every time. So there you go. That's everything you're getting in the box. Let's go ahead and go back up top. All right, so what do I think of the box here, the content that it adds to the game? I think overall what is here is good. I, though, wish that there was a little bit more going on in this box. So let me tell you what I think of it, all right? Some negative ideas, and I'll follow this up with some positive ideas. So the main thing is that I wish it had more content. I wish there were new characters in here. I wish there was maybe a way for the players to have some sort of starting buffs to make us distinct right out of the gate. That would have been a little more flavorful, I think, than just a new map. And that's the problem here. I'm missing a little bit of the flavor, the theme in this game for the kind of game it is. Such a hybrid is so interesting. And I think this box does not necessarily enhance that flavor for me. It's a balancing thing. It's making the game work better at 2. But it doesn't bring any new theme, any new characters. Something I begin with that is already, you know, part of my forces, that is unique to me. That kind of thing would have been really neat and just put this over the top, in my opinion, for me specifically. I think the solo mode, which gets a nice boost, unfortunately forces you, like I said, to play a campaign. You cannot just do a one-off with some new idea, with some new concepts. I wish the rulebook was a little wordier. It's a rare thing for me to say sometimes, but an extra page or 2, like I said, just more explanations, examples, expanding on how you want me to manage these things might have been neat. So things I do like. I like the maps. The maps are good. And again, at the end of the day, the maps are the focus here. If you are a solo gamer of AuZtralia, if you're someone who plays often at just 2 players, this is a pretty solid expansion. This is one I think you should definitely get. The new map is great. There is a rule in it that I wish was a little bit different, and that is that idea of revealing the old ones based on just the column they're in. Because it can happen, you get a level 3 a little too soon. The solo rules for that map are actually different. You reveal the ones, you go through the columns until you get to the first one, level 1, and you reveal that. And then you go again the next time you reveal one until you hit a level 1 again. You may be bypassing some level 2s and maybe level 3s until you get a 1. And once all the level 1s have been revealed, then you check from the beginning again for level 2s and then level 3s. I think that's a little more forgiving. And perhaps I will institute that rule in my 2-player games of this and see how that feels. Because boy, it is punishing. It is a punishing map. But it's quick, and it gets to, like I said, the exciting stuff a lot quicker. You don't have to trek way out there like you do in the original AuZtralia map to find some baddies or have them sort of march their way to you over many turns, many flips of the movement cards. So overall, I really like this. As I mentioned already, I think the map that is random is a great idea. Lots of replayability, a little fiddly. Something to be mindful of, and just be careful with that one. You have to be a little more ginger with that side of the map because things can shift, you know. But overall, I think this is a solid box. It doesn't give me everything I might have hoped for an expansion for this game, but it is more focused than that. And what it does is going to appeal to some people, and some people can fully overlook it. Part of me thinks that that's also a good philosophy for an expansion. Do I play at 2 players? Am I a solo player? No, there's nothing here to attract you then. If there were character cards in here mixed with the map, then you'd have a dilemma on your hands, right? You'd be buying an expansion just for some of the content, and I get that. But I can dream, and I wish that there were things here, even if it was just more 2-player cards and more solo cards, if that's the case, to enhance and expand upon the ones that came in the original game. But it's not. It's just the map and the solo thing, the pad. So, having said all that, though, I like it. I've enjoyed my plays of this. It has definitely revitalized AuZtralia for me. I often play at 2 anyway, so this is good. So yeah, TaZmania is going to get a 7.5 out of 10 from me. That is a seal of approval, folks. And if you fall into that category I mentioned, where you are the target audience, it's a great pickup. So there you go, 7.5 TaZmania for AuZtralia. My name is Z Garcia. I'll see you on the next one.